Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in today's episode we are going to be taking out the Baron 58. Haven't flown this one in quite a while, and we will also be announcing the winner of the 2 copies of FSRealistic, which released today. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Alright guys, so right off the bat, FSRealistic launched today guys. It is $29.99 if you do not already have any version of FSRealistic. However, if you have the core version, it is only a $5 upgrade fee to professional. And apparently my Track IR headset has moved, because that is some craziness that is happening right there. There we go. Hey, it's tight again. That was weird. Okay, just turned my head, all of a sudden everything went wonky and willy. Wonky and willy, you guys remember that. So, FSRealistic is an absolutely awesome program. I have been thrilled to death to be messing around with it the last few days. It's been a ton of fun. For those of you who don't know, what it does is it adds things like head movement, camera shake, dashboard vibration, exterior, interior sound improvements, and they're all custom sounds. And there are lists and lists of all of these that you can change and manipulate and find the sound that best suits your aircraft or the immersion sense that you're going for. It is also supported in virtual reality. The only thing that is not supported is the actual UI menu. And I'll go ahead and bring that up on the screen here right now. Give me just a moment and we'll get that up. There it is right there. So all of these are different sounds. There's different ambient effects, internal effects. Again, everything from, as you can see here, breathing, your pilot's breathing, head movement, engine vibrations, you name it, guys. The list is incredibly long. There are profiles that you can download. There are profiles that come with the aircraft. Here we go. So right there, you probably already heard some of the wind change on the outside. Okay, that's FSRealistic, and they are external to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's not so much an enhancement as it is an addition to. So it really changes a lot of really awesome features that you wouldn't think that were necessarily missing from a simulator unless you've tried it with it. I can promise you that once you give it a shot, and stand by for the most beautiful part about this, once you give it a shot, you're really going to right away notice a difference. Using the profile cloud, you can download many other profiles that have been created for a particular aircraft. And you can see right here, Beach Baron. It even searches based on the aircraft that you currently have loaded into the simulator. Now, here's the most beautiful part about it, guys. If you go to FSRealistic's website, you can just Google FSRealistic, but I'll make sure to have a link to it down in the description below. But if you go to their website and download it directly from there, 7-day free trial. Guys, you guys can try it. My understanding is fully unrestricted for 7 days. So if you're on the fence about it, or you think, that's baloney, give it a shot. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Worst case scenario, you're right and you feel like it's total baloney. Best case scenario, I'm right and you find a much better simulation experience by using FSRealistic. I used this in XP 11 with XP Realistic, and it was an absolute game changer. I loved it. So without any further jabber on from me, let's just go up. We're going to take a quick flight. We're going to enjoy the aircraft. I can't remember honestly where we are. I think we're in Texas. But we're just going to take a hop out and around. I'm going to leave it as the default profile just because I want to demonstrate the fact that you don't really even have to jump in there and tweak anything. It's pretty solid right from the get-go. So let's jump into the cockpit here. Let me verify where we are because I literally do not remember now. I was dealing with some USB issues and I forgot where I was. So let's see here. Where are we? We are... Oh no, we're heading over to Texas. I think KAIB, I think that's actually still in Texas. Hang on a second. Let me tell you guys where we are because literally I forgot. KAIBICAO is, yes, Hopkins Field, and that is in Colorado. That's where we're at. So we're going to Colorado, and we're going to go over to KTEX. So let's just have some fun. Like I said, weird USB issues when I was trying to get this thing started. It was very odd. So I completely, the last 2 days I've been a little bit on the radio silent side, and I'm just going to walk through my startup process while you guys listen to me jabber. Left battery, left alternator, right alternator. We're going to make sure our parking brake is set. It is in fact fuel. Let's go ahead and turn those on. And we want to make sure the cowl flaps are open for takeoff. Mixture needs to be up to full rich, and prop needs to be at full prop. Anyway, so I had an issue where I was trying to, where's my lights? Redo all of my cable management. I literally spent the last 2 days, unplugged absolutely everything, completely redid the desk, and decided to really clean up the cables a lot. And I put in a PCI Express Hello Zoom. I put in a PCI Express USB hub because I was trying to avoid the necessity for external hubs. And now my head tracking's all weird. And something was wrong with it because it kept rescanning all my devices. So it was putting this horrible stutter into the sim. Like I'd be looking around at something else and go boom and stop. And then it would go, and it just kept doing it. First thought it was Microsoft Flight Simulator doing something weird, and then I tried it in DCS and it was doing the same thing. So, oh, you know what? I didn't prime. Let's try priming. Fuel flow peaked. Crack the throttle a little bit more. If I remember correctly, you do have to crack the throttle a bit more in this aircraft. And there she goes. We are alive. Good engine start on 1. There's number 2. Let's say I didn't think I had to prime last time. Avionics Master coming on. Let's bring that Garmin to life. There we go. Engine RPM seen about 1200. Just pull it back to about 1,000 here. And I hope you guys heard the pilot shout out the window clear. That's again FSRealistic doing its thing. It's a really, really awesome application. I really enjoy this one. I was very excited when it came back to being able to use it. Let's see here. What do we got? Where's my taxi light? There we go. Gosh, it's been a long time since I've flown this aircraft. Long time. All right, let's set that barometric pressure. There we go. Pitot heat, we are getting ready to roll, so let's go ahead and throw it on. Where are you? There you are. And windage. Wind's going that way. Okay, I think we just have the back taxi on this one. Let's release that parking brake. Boop. Ooh. That would be my microphone stand that I just punched with the flight stick. That's good. So apparently that needs to move. Like I said, I just redid everything. It was a lot, man. You don't realize how much you have, like when it comes to USB cables, monitor cables, mice, all that good jazz. You don't realize how much of it is really there until you go to clean it all up. And it was just, man, it was nasty. It was a pain in the butt. And you know what's funny too, because cables like that are very much so easy. Okay. Are very much so like packing. You know, like if you ever packed for a vacation, you pack everything all nice and neat, right? And then when you get there, everything's a disaster. Cable management, I swear it's the same way, man. All right, give me a second here while we're taxiing. I'm going to have to move that flight stick over. There we go. Love the desk mounts that I have for the flight stick. We had some really awesome submissions, guys, for the contest. I'm going to be showing those pictures off here once we get up and flying around. We do have the 2 winners have already been notified, so if you guys didn't get a notification, all right, let's get turning. Come on, baby, bring it around. I really wish somebody would do a G58 improvement mod. This is such a cool aircraft. I love flying it, but I think it would be far better if somebody were to either make a full version. Like I'd like to see like Just Flight or you know, any of the most recent developers, Milviz, you know, any of you guys. Love to see them take control of the G50. I think that'd be cool. All right, one last quick check here. We need to set flaps for takeoff. Okay, good. Pressure set. In case we need it, set the heading bug. All right, let's get rolling. Notice the dash shaking. Listen for the sounds when we bring the gear up. Listen to all that rattling. Oof. Bumpy out today. Flaps coming up. It's a really pretty place. Look at that, man. Our RPM's down to about 2,500. It is a bumpy day up here. I suppose with all these mountainsides though and cliffs, that kind of makes sense though. Actually, I'm kind of about it. It makes perfect sense. Start trimming the nose up a little bit. But again, listening to all the rattling, listen to the shaking that's happening as the turbulence hits the aircraft. These are the things I look for. If you guys have been watching my videos for any length of time, I'm sure you've heard me on one time or 20 talk about how much sound really does affect the immersion. It's huge, especially in VR. You know, in VR, you've already got the visual aspect. You've got the depth perception. You've got the field of view, depending on what the headset you use is. But not having that sound can kill it. And then you add the shakes and things like that, and the vibrations, I think, are huge. Somebody said the other day in one of my videos that, you know, that this was nothing more than an ad that I was doing, and it's not. Like, I'm sure, again, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you've heard me, you know, not endorse, to say the least, plenty of developers, you know, and their products. You know, it's just, I'm very passionate about it, you know. You know where I think the passion comes from, too? It's not just a passion of aviation. You know, my wife and I, we had to fight for every penny, you know, for a long time. You know, it was quite a fight. It was hard living, plenty of nights crying ourselves to sleep, you know, wondering how tomorrow was going to be. Luckily, we don't live like that anymore. But so with that mentality, I remember what it was like to making sure that every penny you spent meant something, you know, and so when I review these products, these payware things, you know, I'm if anything, I'm pretty hard on them. I think I'm probably harder on developers than I probably should be, but it's because of that. I always worry about whether or not, you know, I look at it from a financial perspective, especially with, you know, the way things are right now. It doesn't matter what you do, everything's expensive, you know. So I can fully endorse FSRealistic. It's been an absolute joy. I was blessed to be given the opportunity to do a review on the product. All right, so here were our runners-up, guys, of the FSRealistic contest, and the final two pictures will be our victors who won the free copy. But I wanted to show off some of these amazing screenshots. This is an absolutely gorgeous night landing picture. I don't do enough night landings, and I always forget to. I know a lot of people don't like recording at night because you guys miss out on a lot of the scenery, but beautiful, beautiful picture. Got a nice, gorgeous picture of the DC-6, fully landing configuration, coming over the water. This one was a runner-up. This was a really tough decision. It was a really tough decision, and hopefully you guys will agree with me with the final two. Awesome picture. This one was beautiful with the shootout and everything. Very, very well done. I mean, you guys all just submitted such cool shots. TBM 930, again, the sunset theme was definitely a theme. Let me tell you what. I think we all are going to have to agree that sunset and sunrise are the time to take your screenshots. This one made me laugh. I'm not going to lie. This one had me giggling. This was a good one. And finally here we have second place. So this was our first winner of the free copy of FSRealistic. And that is a beautiful shot of the CJ4 by Barrett M coming in for landing. You can see it's turning final here. Absolutely gorgeous shot. I was truly impressed with this one. There we go. That's a better shot for you guys. You can see the runway up there. And then finally, number one. This was by Lars T. Another gorgeous, gorgeous shot. Looks like we have, I'm thinking that's the Phoenix A320 coming in for final on Vegas, but I may be wrong on the aircraft. But absolutely beautifully done. Gorgeous shot. I love this picture. When I first saw it, I couldn't, like, it was a moment, like, is that real? We got Vegas there in the background. So congratulations to all the winners, or both the winners, I should say. It was an absolute blast hosting this. I was really grateful for the opportunity to do so. Woo! Oh, man, did we get lucky. Look at that. Let's go outside for a second. Man, we skated by. That's where we flew over. All right, well, maybe next time I should pay a little bit more attention, but, you know, that was still cool. All right, so now that we're done there, let's go ahead and release the autopilot. Whoa, I kicked the rudder. That was my fault. It was really cool, and I'm going to be doing more giveaways like that throughout the summer here. Start working some things out to start doing some more contests. The contests do make it fun, and you guys do some really awesome screenshots. I got to come up with something other than screenshots, though. I'm just trying to think about what it is. I've been trying to put a bunch of things together, and then it just comes down to the functionality of how to manage it. I still want to do an air race. I was messing around with that last week, actually, trying to figure out how to set that up and what the logistics of it would look like, of how to actually manage it and track it and score it. So that makes it a little difficult, but we'll figure something out. Man, this wind is brutal. We got a tailwind. Well, only about 10 knots, 10, 11 knots. Bouncy ride. Definitely a bouncy ride. See the camera movement that you're seeing. The aircraft is moving, but the camera's also moving, and that, again, that's FSRealistic talking. So it really helps bring the cockpit to life. Dude, this is actually a really challenging flight, guys. I gotta tell you. Oh, look at that. That's a good shot. This little river running through there. Ah, I love the sparkling of the water down there. I love this. There you go. That's a good one. That was good reflection on the water. You know, I get frustrated with Microsoft Flight Simulator. There are plenty of times I just want to throw it through the window, but they really have made an amazing simulator. They really have. And I don't think I always remember to give them enough credit, because this is absolutely it's a turning point in simulation. Simulation will never be the same again. I think I was reading one of the comments on the XP12 video I did when I announced, when they did the announcement that it's coming in pricing. Someone said it, that without satellite imagery, a flight simulator will never be able to keep up. It's become a staple now, and I think I agree with that. Yeah, I love the camera shakes. The camera shakes are cool. I like the camera shakes the most, and I think I like the vibration the most. Wait till you guys, if you guys haven't seen it, wait till the landing. The landing is where it's really cool too. Landings and takeoffs, we're obviously, that's, I think we'll all agree that's the best part of flight simulation is landing and taking off. I don't think there's many people that would disagree with that part. God, this is a cool flight. And this was just random, guys. I got to tell you, I didn't plan this. I just said, all right, let's go from here, and I'll fly to here. I've never been here before. Anyway, the landings and takeoffs without FSRealistic were again, someone else put a comment in the last video on FSRealistic. They were dull. They were missing something. And now they're pretty intense. They're pretty awesome. Takeoff, you get that sudden increase in vibration, shaking, and the cockpit gets loud and all that good jazz. And then the landings, well, I'll let you guys just wait and see. I don't plan on crashing the airplane, so I'm thinking we need to climb. Unless our airport is directly beneath us, which, oh my, I hope not. Alright. So I had to come back around and really gain some altitude. But you guys are definitely going to experience this one. I think you're going to like it. I don't know why the damn trim is fighting me. My trim nose up will work, but my trim nose high isn't. Man, this weather just is kicking the crap out of me, and it feels like it shouldn't be quite this bad. Based on the wind speed, but damn. Damn, this is such a scary, challenging landing, man. Like, I'm super freaking nervous here. Alright, here we go. Come on, baby. I'm waiting to the last minute to drop gear and everything because I'm terrified of this approach. It's a good thing this is a long runway. Ooh. Wow. That was the hardest landing I have ever done. Why isn't this place on the landing challenges? Or maybe it is. That was freaking tough, dudes and dudettes. Why do we have an engine stopping?
Clear prop.
That was weird. Where'd the engine stop? Oh, you know what? I pushed the mixture forward, and we're at almost 10,000 feet. I'll bet you I choked out the engine. I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about how high we were. That's probably why it was such a struggle maintaining power over there. Son of a gun. Anyway, guys, live and learn. This is an awesome approach, guys. Kilo Tango Echo X-Ray. K-Tex. Try this one out. Make sure you have live weather on. Give yourself a couple miles. At least I would say 12,000 feet to start the approach. Make sure you've got some windage. That was that was brutal. Like that was terrifying. I kept trying to lose. I was losing power. Like I was just starting to fall out of the sky. I would say try it in something that's not a turboprop. I bet in a turboprop like the TBM 930 would have handled that probably without even breaking a sweat. But try it in like I said, like the Baron or something here. I think that'd be a lot of fun for you guys. Anyways, guys, again, congratulations to the winners. Be sure to check out FSRealistic. You guys heard the landing, hopefully saw the shaking. Definitely a massive improvement to the simulator. As we were trying to turn final there, as I was coming in on final, again, there was a lot of intensity that was added to that. And that was only in 2D. I bet on VR that would be much more significant of an experience. So, as always, guys, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.